Hey you, welcome if you're new, or welcome back friend if you've been to the channel before. This is Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot, and I'm Erica. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you because your time and your energy is a valuable resource, and I appreciate the energetic exchange you give to me every time you watch a video. I produce content on a variety of platforms, and you can follow me on all of them by accessing my link tree in the description below. Some housekeeping. The last 28 days of YouTube analytics indicate to me that over 52% of my recent viewers aren't subscribed. I encourage you to subscribe for easy access, and I'd also encourage you to hit the notification bell to get alerted when I go live on YouTube, which is usually unannounced and is provoked mostly by Spirit's call. I'm also in the process of starting my Patreon page where I will be posting first access to ad-free content to the 2021 astrology videos for each sign, and I will do extended love readings at the herbal tea tier or higher. I'll do an introduction video of my Patreon page once Patreon has been up, going, and well fed. I've also had some emails asking about private readings, and I'm doing them, but on a part-time basis only right now, as I'm focusing on producing content for my YouTube page and for my recently started podcast. It's called the Esoterica Pod, and it's on 6 different platforms, so look for me where you listen to podcasts. I talk about everything from astrology to my near-death experience and some of the things that have come along with that near-death experience, like hearing dead people and seeing shadow people. So I encourage you to check me out over there too. I hope you're well. I'm sending you a lot of love. And let's get into what the end of November lunar eclipse in Gemini has in store for you. So before I get started with each individual sign, what I'm going to do is discuss some of the aspects that are going to be going on during this eclipse. And I feel like it would be important for those of you who are new to astrology or don't speak the language well to understand some of the things that we're talking about. I'm using cards from the Numinous Astro deck. I'm trying to show y'all without a glare. That's it. Anyways, that's the back. So I'm going to feature some of the cards that are in this deck because they kind of point out and highlight some of the keywords and the themes that are associated with what's showing up in the sky for us. I'm focusing mainly on the oppositions. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in grander theme or grander scale. This lunar eclipse is occurring in Gemini. And Gemini, according to this deck, is the butterfly. And some of the words that you can put in your data bank or in your word bank to associate with Gemini are curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street-smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, and fidgety. And that's what the card looks like. So we've got this lunar eclipse in Gemini. During the lunar eclipse, we have the sun opposite the moon, and it is an applying aspect, meaning it is growing more tense as the eclipse draws nearer to exactation. So the sun card deals with being. It emphasizes or more words for your word bank. Essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity, honor, masculinity, distinction, childishness, ego, individuality, solitude, expression, self-sufficiency, shine, heartbeat, father. That's what the sun card looks like in this deck. So we've got an opposition in the sky between the sun and the moon. The moon is feelings, instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, embodiment, emotions, sustenance, self-soothing, moods, mother. And this opposition we see in the card. There's the moon card again. Okay? So we've got this opposition between the sun and the moon, asking for balance. More words for your word bank. Relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, and calls out. So that's kind of what it looks like in an astrology chart. The sun glyph opposite the moon. And that's one of the oppositions going on during this eclipse. And again, the pressure is applying between these two heavenly spheres, the two luminaries of the sky. And the sun is going to be in Sagittarius, the moon is going to be in Gemini. That placement changes in each sign's houses. That's why I give you the houses when I'm talking about what's going on. So we have this opposition card again in play between the planet Venus. Venus deals with love, but it also deals with beauty, harmony, romance, charm, receiving, sensuality, luxury, wealth, diplomacy, magnetism, value, pleasure, adornment, adoration, attraction, indulgence, taste, and style. In an opposition, looking for balance, confronting the planet Uranus of revolution, breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, enlightening. So we've got these powerful oppositions occurring in the sky between a pretty energetic sky with this lunar eclipse going on. For each of you, it will play out in different houses. And we're going to break that down right now. Hey Cancer, how are you? This is your Gemini Lunar Eclipse video for the end of November. Welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erica and I'm so glad that you're here with me. We've got the sun in your 6th house opposite to the moon in your 12th house. Mercury in Scorpio is sextile to Jupiter and to Saturn. The sextile is applying to Saturn. It is separating from Jupiter. This is occurring between your 5th house and your 7th house. Venus is opposite Uranus between the 5th house and the 11th house. And Mars is squaring Pluto. That is an application to the square in the 7th house. Career, status, daily work, your house of recreation, your house of social networking, and your house of the others. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. What does Cancer need to see or hear for this Gemini eclipse? Okay, the 3 of Spades fell. That's the 3 of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. Air sign quality. Okay, Cancer, you have some major arcana cards that have shown up for you as well in this reading. I'm going to pull the other cards and then we'll get to what's at hand. Okay? Spirit Animal Oracle deck card. 2 cards popped for you there. Also going to pull for you from the Rebel deck. This is an oracle deck that's kind of vulgar, but I find that it can be quite necessary and kind of cuts to the matter at times for some people. If you don't like it, that's fine. I won't use it for every video. If you do like it, let me know in the comments below. What does Cancer need to see? What does Cancer need to hear for this Gemini eclipse? Okay. This is for Cancer. Cat's got your tongue or something, huh? A couple of extra cards fell out for each deck, and that's fine. We're going to go with it. It looks like there's some big changes that are around the bend for some of y'all when it comes to this eclipse. Now, bear in mind that eclipses are only going to be most specifically pronounced to you if it's occurring on an angle or a planet that's being highlighted in your chart. It has to be close in orb for that. If it's not happening to you, it's happening in your life around you, possibly in the world of people that you know rather closely, maybe through work, maybe through different collaborations that you have. The card that jumped out of the deck was the Three of Spades, or the Three of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It deals with understanding one's feelings and moving beyond sorrow. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, it has a heart in the middle of the card, surrounded by gray clouds and these 3 swords piercing it. It is a matter between the head and the heart for some of you. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Diamonds. This card in the Rider-Waite Tarot is a queen sitting on her throne, tending to her pentacle in her lap. She almost has the posture of a pregnant female. It may not be that way for all of you. Some of you may be becoming pregnant, or there could be pregnancy happening in your world around you. This is dealing with a bond within and without. It deals with mastery, but not control of nature. It's also focusing on your resources. Resources aren't just money. It's also time, energy, and the things that you expend on other living things or endeavors that you find worthwhile. The first card in the reading, which relates to the recent past, is the Emperor card, or in this deck, the King of Spades. That would also be the King of Swords. This could be representative of an Aries, but it doesn't necessarily have to. You do have Mars squaring Pluto in Aries, between Aries and Capricorn, and this is going on in your 7th house, the house of your collaborations. Mars is also retrograde, has been since September, and won't clear its shadow until the very beginning of 2021. So, what's been going on around this Emperor energy? There's wisdom, there's experience, and there's authority. Again, like I said, it could be involving an Aries. It doesn't have to be, but it would be interesting if it did. Second card, the main focus of the reading, is the Seven of Hearts, or the Seven of Cups. This deals with new feelings, imagination, and secrets. And the card in the Rider-Waite, it's again covered with more clouds. It's like you're not seeing things clearly for one way or another, Cancer. Every one of these cards has every one of these cups has a different opportunity in them. You're not able to see them until you actually dive in. The third card, dealing with the recent future, or the upcoming future, soon to be, is the Six of Clubs. This would also be the Six of Wands, and it is the Tower card in this deck. It deals with revelation and drastic shifts. This is a card that calls you to action. There is something that is going on that will make you move. I think that this is, again, going to be in that 7th house for you. You're going to be getting some mercurial energy, some stimulation coming to you from the sextile applications to the different planets between Jupiter and Saturn. Going on between your 5th house and your 7th house. This is a lot of information going back and forth. Mercury will have cleared its shadow by the time that we have this eclipse. So it could be that you are sitting on information that you're either sitting on information that you're waiting until Mercury goes direct to confront somebody about, or that information hasn't made itself apparent to you yet, but it's going to cross you before this time comes to pass, and you're going to have to sit with it and focus your will. Figure out where you stand between your head and your heart. Now, the spirit animal cards that fell for you, you had two different cards that fell. They kind of stuck together. The one that was facing upright first was the snake spirit, and it reads, take time to heal. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Cancer, you've been going through a lot for the last 2.5 years with the eclipses in your sign. Opposite Cancer, well, Cancer and Capricorn, the eclipses have been bouncing between those two signs. And having all of that dense earth energy opposite you with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, it has been, it's been a lot. I don't have to tell you that, though. It's been a lot, and you are needing an opportunity to kind of molt and shed your old skin and get a new perspective on where you stand now, because it's been an evolution process for you over the past 2 years, and you are not necessarily the same creature you were 2 years ago. The second card that fell for you is the brown bear spirit, and it says take time out. I think this is indicative of the fact that this eclipse is occurring right around the Thanksgiving celebrations in America. I think that it will give you ample opportunity, especially with the travel restrictions that some places are putting into effect for the holidays, where you won't necessarily have to be on the roads running all the time. It will give you an opportunity to sit back and lick your wounds and heal your soul, and that is something that is necessary and needed right now. I don't think that you realize just how much you've been through just yet. I don't think that the evolution that you have undertaken has made itself apparent to you fully yet. I think that you're still in that newborn puppy phase where your eyes aren't open yet, so you can't really see. That's kind of what it feels like to me for y'all. So if you need to, if it's time to, for whatever reason, this information coming to you, you need to take time out and you need to take time to heal. That's coming through clearly. We've got the lightning bolt card, which for me represents the planet Uranus. And Uranus is doing a 5th house opposition from your 11th house. And it says, figure shit out on your own. It says, figure shit out on your own. Hang on, I've got somebody at my door. I'll be right back. Hey, y'all, I'm so sorry about that. That doesn't normally ever happen while I'm in the middle of recording, but things get a little crazy here in the trailer head from time to time. So we were talking about this last card, the Uranus bolt from the 11th house to the 5th house. Social networking, your spheres of friends that you may have in like memberships, teams, groups, and associations that you may belong to. But I also see this as like social networking and maybe even like dating apps. So some of y'all may be downloading some dating apps. If you're single, why not? The second card that fell for you from the Rebel deck is you are loved. You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up. Yeah, so that's what I've got for you, Cancer. Don't be afraid of the Tower card. It just means that there's action that needs to be taken. I'm sending you a lot of love. I hope you're well. Please take care of yourself, and please be kind to yourself. Save some kindness for others, because we're all trying to survive this shit show that is 2020. Kindness costs nothing. And some of us are going through things we may never speak about to another living soul. Take care. I'll talk to y'all again soon. I'm sending you a lot of love. Bye, Cancer.